Hello friends, how you guys doing? In today's video, guys, we're going to talk about the Bitcoin channel. All right, trading Bitcoin channel. Now I'll begin to understand that you see every market most times moves in channels, okay, and ability for you to understand these channels and how to trade them will give you an edge. Now if that sounds interesting to you, please kindly subscribe to this channel and smash that like button, guys. Okay, all right, so let's dive in. Now before we dive into the rate chart, I just want to establish a rule on what we'll be looking at and how to trade it, in the rate market. Now there are things that, irrespective of how the move goes, because we've seen that every market, most times you see markets moving in waves like this, ups, downs, and stuff like this. But there are things you should be paying attention to, and that is how we draw our channel. All right, so the first thing you should be paying attention to when you're looking at every market is an impulse. What is an impulse? An impulse is a very sharp move, either positive side or negative side. It doesn't mean that is whether the market is going up or it's coming down. It doesn't mean it's still what? An impulse. And secondly, after that impulse, the market is meant to move in a messy way. We call it correction, kind of corrective structures. And after that, the market goes up what? In another impulse. Okay, so when to draw a channel is only when a market makes this kind of move, then you are now permitted to draw what? A channel. A channel is what? A kind of a parallel line that touches the high of the first move and the low of the higher move, and this. So you're able to draw this. And most times you find that most times the market will kind of consolidate in between this channel, and also either is breaking out or is coming down. Okay, so but what does this channel tells you? Now it tells you that the market is in a range, and also tells you that when the momentum is so high, which is very, 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 very important. Okay, very, very, very important. So how do you mean? If a market, for instance, actually breaks out of the channel, all right, breaks out of the channel on this side, totally out, what does it tell you? That the momentum of the market is so high, you should not be looking for a sell, instead for a buy. Okay, instead for a buy. And most times what you have found out that most times the market, before breaking totally out of this channel, we kind of consolidate here, all right, consolidate very close to the range before breaking out. Okay, and also the same thing applies on the other side of it when the market decides to break down, it comes lower and consolidates, and there we go, it breaks down. So if you can draw this channel profit correctly in your charts, it will help you to know when the market is breaking up or breaking down, and that will make you a profitable trader. All right, so let's dive into Bitcoin chart today and see what actually is going on and what we can drive from the market today. All right, so now if yesterday we were here, if I go to 1 hour, yesterday we were somewhere here, and I was thinking the market is going to come down. You can see what happened. Actually, the market came down, but it was a sharp move, and there was a bounce, very hard bounce, and went up. So now, what actually is the market doing now? And for you to really understand what is going on now, looking at this market this way, like, most people will not really understand what is happening. But let's just put this as a small channel that I've drawn. You can see that it makes a little bit sense. Okay, looking at it this way, then you can have a sense of direction of what the market is doing. Now, why did I put these two white lines? It's obvious from what I just explained to you. We had the first impulse here, and we can see the correction here, and have the second impulse here. Okay, so we are now permitted to draw this channel. All right, now once you've drawn this channel, what you should be waiting for now is to take a buy position at the lower base of the channel and take a sell position at the upper base. Okay, so that's the only place you are permitted to take positions. Okay, also another way you can also take a trade is when the market consolidates in between of the channel and declining like this. you should consider taking another trade here, because definitely it's either it's going to test the upper channel or it's breaking out entirely on this region. You can see that happening here, guys. You can see that happening here, that the market actually did not touch this again. Instead, it consolidates in between and went up to touch this level. Okay, so now let's dive into what actually is going on here. Then if you go down to 15 minutes on Bitcoin, you can see clearly that the market is also forming another kind of channel here. You can see the market is forming another channel here. All right, don't mind my drawings. Okay, it's forming another channel here. So what are we waiting for now? We're waiting for a break of this channel. All right, a break of this channel, then we should be able to take the trade either down to the lower base channel or in between it before. Because if you take a look on it for 1 hour, what you should be expecting on this move, that this move cannot like this, you know, go and touch this move. There's going to be a correction in between, and we're just waiting for that correction to take place. So it is this correction now that will tell us, okay, what will be the next move of the Bitcoin, whether it's coming up here or it's going to bounce or break this low. But the way we are looking at it this way, we think and we are believing, based on the previous structure, that the market will spend a lot of time here, okay, giving us 3 moves before coming down. Okay, why do I say so? Now, there are another scenario you should also consider looking at Bitcoin chart this morning, and that is the head and shoulder pattern I made mention of yesterday. If there's one characteristic of head and shoulder pattern here, there should be a retest of the neckline, which is happening here, a retest of it, which is already happening here. So this retest is meant to bounce back again, retest again, bounce back again. Now it depends on what happens here, because you see, in trading, when you see a very sharp move, there is no transaction. Transaction only occurs where the messy move happens, occurs. Okay, so this is where you have transaction, and it is based on this transaction will now tell us which of the group is dominating, whether the bulls or the bears. Okay, as you can see here now, we find out there is this transaction that happens here. Okay, this is a very great transaction, very sharp sell-off. Okay, another move up and a sharp sell-off. Okay, so this giving us kind of a running flat, and that goes up again, and we can see another transaction happens here and for this. So anytime you see a correction, that is why you need to pay very good attention for a transaction to complete, because when people are still bargaining whether to buy or not to buy, that is when the price is coming up and coming down and going up and coming down and going up and coming down. Except you're a professional, you shouldn't be buying or selling at this point, because you can buy in a few minutes, you'll be in profit, in a few minutes you'll be in negative, in loss and stuff like that. So that's why you should stay clear from moves like this. As you can see, these are transactions happening in the market. Okay, these are transactions happening in the market. All right, so when should anyone consider taking a trade? It's only when the channel is broken entirely. Okay, like have seen that maybe this is a corrective structure. So once the market is breaking out of here, or when the market is breaking out of here, that is when you should consider taking what? A major buy or a major sell, for you to be on a safe side. Okay, so you can see that happening here. It was when this pattern was, this channel was broken out here, then you consider buying. And also you should be mindful of fake outs. What people call fake out is when the market kind of, you know, break down or did not close below it and bounces back again, which is likely. And that is one that leads us to the next observation of trading channel, and that is a retesting. Anytime a channel is broken, most times there should be a retest of that channel. Okay, that is actually what happened here. You can see that this channel was broken here with a large momentum, so that tells us something. And actually we can see now a retest of it. Assuming somebody that sold here, he panicked and sold at this point, you can see what happened here. He'll be like regretting. So once the market is trading out of a channel with a lot of momentum, then wait for a a retest in, let's say, 90% of the time. There will be a retest to that trend, and should be able to take the trade downwards again. All right, here. So for today's trade, guys, I believe there's no clear setup. There's no clear setup. We are just waiting for a move to complete to tell us actually what the next phase will be. If you take a look on Ethereum, I think the same place suits. You can see the same channel here is taking place. You can see that happening here and there. So what you should be observing is, let's wait for a correction to take the trade to the next move. Okay, don't try buying from the middle of the channel. That is the easiest way to lose your money, lose your capital. Buying the middle of the channel is losing your capital, guys. Okay, so just wait for the market to come to you. All right, come to you before you can take action on the market, because it keep coming to you and bouncing off, keep coming to you and bouncing off. So what we should be waiting for now, wait for a correction here. If this thing happens like this way, even if it didn't touch this move, at the break of this channel, this small channel here, then we should be able to take the trade upward. Or also if it breaks here, comes up here, that means it's coming down entirely. Okay, so these are the things we are considering on Ethereum also. So that's why patience is a key in your trading career. So you need to have patience, you need to wait, you need to observe the market and just wait. It's just like we established, waiting is over 80% of the time, and action is just like 20% of your time. All right, guys, so if you like this kind of content, please kindly subscribe to this channel and like this video, as I see you in the next video. Thank you.